Hey everybody, I'm going to do a review today on a knife. I'll show you real quick. This knife here, the Kershaw Flourish. But first, I'm going to do a little introduction. This is the Kershaw piston, and this is the knife that kind of got me really into knives in the last couple years. This is my first introduction into the newer version of knives. I'd had some older knives. I, of course, had the Buck 110 and some old Gerbers and stuff, but this kind of kicked me back into interest. And then I must have bought about 10 of these last year to give away to friends and family and people. If you don't have one of these, this is great. This is the Kershaw Oh So Sweet. And then there's this one. This is the Kershaw, oh, what is this? The muffler. No, the Kershaw manifold. Not the muffler. You crazy. Alright, and so I just brought these out to kind of just reintroduce myself to the assisted world and how I used to love these things. And really, I really still love this knife. This thing is so light. I don't know if you've ever held one of these pistons, but they're great. So I just brought these out to kind of introduce this Flourish here. This really reminds me of why I first got into knives again. And this is the Kershaw Flourish, and you know what? This is actually a pay it forward from Peach Jackson. That's insane. Look how awesome this knife is. So thank you, Peach Jackson. She just keeps sending in so cool stuff. This almost got lost in the mail, but I've been losing so much in the mail, I didn't think I could get away with it. Alright, so let's get into this knife and show you what this thing is all about. You have 1, 2, 3, about 3.5 inches of HCR 13 MOV steel, which of course Kershaw does really well. Puts in a lot. They put that in a lot of their knives. Look at this. Got the little swedge here. Got the little blood groove. We could call it a fuller, but then that's not any fun. So, you know, a little slicey, dicey, choppy, stabby. And then you get into this handle. Look how thick this is. Look how wide that blade is. That's a cool wide blade. But then you get into the handle, and you got the G10 with a carbon fiber overlay. And they did it really nicely. Can you see that? So they got this really cool carbon fiber overlay. It feels really good in hand. Tons of room on this thing. You got about 5 inches of handle, I believe. Let's check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, right at 5 inches all the way to the top here of handle. So even in my chunky hand, it is not a problem. It feels comfortable, just really comfortable. You have, let's see, left, right. So ambidextrous tip up carry. Got a really pretty decent liner lock there. Nice thick strong liner lock, like a lot of them. See, got that really cool liner lock from Kershaw working there. And almost completely backspace here with the G10 backspacer. Let's see what else we have here. Of course, the assisted opening just flips right open and closes real easily. Just a great one-handed knife if you got to get into that. You can do it left and right, doesn't matter. I just really like this knife. And she sent it in. She sent it in for pay it forward. And it's not going to be hard to say goodbye, but it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to think about getting one myself. Really cool, substantial lanyard area here. I really like the way this thing comes down. It's got a little texture back here. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be how tough that clip is going to be. It looks a little bit flimsy, especially compared to some other. But, you know, till it breaks, we'll keep using it, right? It doesn't feel flimsy. It feels like it's going to grab you pretty easily, so I might just be borrowing tomorrow's problems with that. But check that out. This thing is just vicious. It's got a nice sweeping blade here. I like the way that belly on that blade works. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, had a little coughy cough. It's got a little jimping up here on this thumb ramp here. So, and it's actually really useful feeling on that jimping. You might be able to get up here, but I don't know how you want to risk that. So I would stay behind the finger guard here. But still, a super useful knife. It is a little bit heavy. I mean, this thing is super light, but let's see how heavy this thing is. All right, let's bring out the red scale of death here. All right. We are all zoned in here. Let's see. 5.5 ounces. That's not horrible. Not too bad. Might be a little bit heavy for some of you guys. But let's check this out real quick. Yeah, 4 ounces, but that's even with the lanyard and the shell on there, so that's pretty light. All right. Oh, forgot. I'm sorry. Let's go for our European, non-United States friends, and we'll check out the grams if I can get there. 157 grams. So just a little bit on the heavy side, but for a blade that size and for the way this feels in hand, you're really not going to go wrong. So there you go. It is, see if I missed anything. It is made in China, but that's not a bad deal. All right, so there you go. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find anything else about this thing when you talk about. You know, I just want to get back to the whole idea of these are the reasons, these are the kind of knives that you bought initially to maybe got you into knife collecting. And that speed assist is just used to be thrilling. You just felt like, oh man, this is almost a switchblade. And then I kind of got away from it and just kind of forgot. You know, every once in a while I'd pick it up though and I remember, hey, this is pretty cool, and kind of get that initial thrill from it. And that's what the kind of knife this is. Just kind of gives you that initial, man, this is what knife collecting is all about kind of feel about it. And for the price you pay, and you get the carbon fiber inlay or overlay and the G10 and good steel, good decent budget steel, and the way it's black washed here and just the cool cutouts, and it's made by Kershaw. And I'll tell you what, if you've never ever dealt with the Kai customer service, they're just right at the top there, up there with Benchmade and people like that. Just a good, great customer service. Like this one, I messed this one up, had to have it resharpened, had to have blades replaced. They've been just excellent. So you're not going to feel bad if you got to send this in, maybe get it resharpened, maybe you didn't know how to sharpen it and you goofed it up. So you got good customer service, you got cool carbon fiber overlays, you got the G10, you got nice substantial feeling in hand. And it's just one of those knives you can't go wrong with, especially for the price. Let me look real quick. Let me check it out. Hold on. Yeah, you're looking at like 36 bucks on Knife Center and Blade HQ. And you get a really pretty knife, nice substantial blade, spring assist, which the older I get is getting to be a better and better. Ooh, just about brought out Mr. Finger Cut there. Oh, so close. But the older I get, spring assist, you know, it's coming back to mind. It's not a bad idea. All right, so there you go. This is the Kershaw Flourish. If you get a chance, say thank you to Peach Jackson. This is a crazy awesome pay it forward knife. This is really cool. She just keeps sending in cool stuff. Really appreciate it, Peach. Thank you so much. And like here, subscribe here. Let me know what you think about this knife. Do you have this knife? Do you have anything comparable? What do you think about these? Do you have the Oh So Sweet, or do you have the Manifold or the Piston? I love this thing. And you know, I know a lot of y'all have different ideas on speed assist. Go ahead and leave some comments down there. Let me know what you think. Some of the older guys, they might need that speed assist for the thumb, which I'm getting there. A little arthritic there. Do you have this knife? Have you picked up the Flourish yet? I know there have been some reviews on it. Has anybody had a chance to really get into this or test it? Or I would test it, but you know, this thing is so pretty and it's going out to pay it forward. And I want whoever gets it to have a really nice experience with this, because this thing is awesome. Somebody's going to open this up and just be super excited. So there you go. All right, Peach, thank you very much. And I have some more videos coming today, some more pay it forward stuff. And I will talk to y'all later.